I'm working 20 years in IT, and I'm founder of the Power Apps for Figma plugin, which helps people to make really beautiful designs from Figma to Power Apps, or from Power Apps to Figma, redesign, and back to Power Apps. My career started as a Java developer, and after many years, I found that from the management perspective that it's great to automate my processes, automate everything, and I started my career and my hobby with Power Platform. So 6 years I'm working with Power Automate and Power Apps, and I set and decided to create this beautiful plugin, which I would like to present today very deeply. Finally, I have a lot of time to present everything about this plugin. So the presentation for today is very simple. We will split in three parts. The first part will be introduction of this plugin, introduction of the history, what's the everything implemented for now in the current version, and I will share a future. After that, will be presented a real design, real responsive design. I prepared some beautiful design for you coming from Figma Make. And after that, the last part will be information and presentation of the documentation for how you can make it in Figma and how to make a design system. And at the end, I have surprise for you because I finished the first demo of the upcoming version. So if you wait and you will not sleep, so then you will see a very beautiful new version which will come, I hope so, in Q1 of this year. So let's start with the presentation. I hope so. The screen is visible. Okay, so as you see on the screen, currently Power Apps for Figma has a very nice value of the version. Currently, the production is 4.9, and we spent, I would say, 4 years of the development of this plugin. And on the screen, you see the QR code where you can find all documentation, everything related of this plugin, our roadmaps, and you can order or you can reserve your trial version for 7 days. Let me just start with the history. As you see, we started develop this plugin in 2023, where the first version was not great. In this version, we only had possibility to import and export some screens from the Power Apps. At the, in this version was like coming from the JSON mainly, and later was presented YAML from the Power Apps. So therefore, this was the first version we created, and then I decided to make more, not only for the importing and exporting, but make it really useful for everybody who is designing every Power Apps screens for your customers, for your internal teams. So therefore, in 2024, I started to put much more features to me, where the people was able to upload from the zip file with the Power Automate for the model drivens, but it was not still great for me, and so therefore I decided to split it, so only use it for the canvas applications, uh, really use it without any Power Automate flows, but make consideration only for the beautiful designs for the canvas and very simple for the import and exporting. So therefore, in 2025, I've started to prepare YAML viewer, which was easy to read every YAML code from the selection of your screens in Figma. So therefore, was very easy for the also for the theming, so for the setting the backgrounds, for the coloring of your screens, then for the swapping uh, of the components of the selected control, like from the button to label, from label to input. So I already put a lot of functionality, and end of the Q3 of 2025, I've already started to create the very professional plugin where people was able to see every selected control, every every selected background and color of the control, was possibility to generate prefixes, because everything related to this plugin is working on the prefixes. Very soon, I will show you everything related of this plugin and every details. So therefore, in Q3, we had some extra properties, multi-language, not only for English, but for the German, for the Portugal. Now we have also for the Chinese language. So therefore, it started to be very useful for every Power Apps developer and for the consultants who could share it to the customer. But future is very soon, as you see here. For 2026, for this year, we plan a huge change of the UI and a lot of changes in the behind, where everything will be presented in AI chat. So in the later slides, I will tell you more about this AI chat. But architecture, how this work, this plugin? Everything is based on the Figma. For people who doesn't know the Figma is very great tool where you can find and make web designs, mobile designs. You can create sites through the Figma sites. You can create through the Figma, make some beautiful prototypes in your applications. You can redesign it. You can change backgrounds. You can a lot of stuff for the prototyping and for the making designs. The Figma is really great. Yeah, of course, the Figma is has some paid subscription. If you want to use full logic of the Figma, of course, the Pro version is needed. But related to our plugin, we only think that it's really great to do not pay extra costs for you and the people. So therefore, the plugin is also valid for people who is using free Figma, because in free Figma you can have it free pages in some file. So therefore, if you want to create some screens, if you want to create some enterprise application, you only need like one file with the one page, which is also possible to create it in a free Figma. Plugin itself, yes, it's paid. So some of the features is in a free version, some of them is on paid. So therefore, we applied, and this is the second section. You can see the licensing, and everything is composed on the Microsoft Azure functions. So everything is very secured. Our plugin was nominated as a secured plugin. So in last year, so Figma just decided that our plugin is very secured. So, and behind of this plugin is every Figma plugin is developed under Visual Studio Code in TypeScript and React. And of course, for the versioning, we are using GitHub to see differences between the versions. And for the testing, we are using VTest framework, which help us to control the quality of the backend and of the new changes. And this is the structure of the core plugin, which when you export to your local storage in Figma, you can upload every plugin started from your manifest, and this is how it works, loading this plugin to Figma. Of course, another thing for the Figma is that we have widgets. Widget means that everything is visible on the right side. This is the widget, and plugin, you can run it inside your file in your Figma page, and just manipulate with this plugin and move it to left, right, up. So everything I will show you. And the main thing for this Power Apps for Figma is that we have a lot of features, and core features for this plugin is importing and exporting YAML code from Power Apps or to Power Apps. Then we are using, as I said, prefixes. Therefore, in this plugin, you can run this helper, which will help you. What does it mean? Which control is represented in Power Apps? Plus, you can directly see the YAML code in Code Viewer, which helps you to edit in live and export it to clipboard in Power Apps, from the clipboard to Power Apps. Also, we applied some styler, which helps you to recognize every background and text color of your control, and you can easily replace all colors, or you can replace it to white, or you can create own styles for the background and for the color. And the huge help for everybody, and maybe somebody will agree with me that documentation is very boring is the part. So therefore, when you select your screens, when you select dependency model, I will show you what does it mean. When you select everything, you can easily to create documentation with the design system, with your typography, with icons, with the coloring into PDF, and you can share it with the customer. You can share it on your wiki page. And what is really useful and for a fast exporting and importing is really copy to clipboard, and you can the wall code or part codes, you can only click on the button and everything will be copied to clipboard. So this is like the main functionality and architecture of this plugin. So very soon I will show you in practice what does it mean. And the core features, as I said, is that everything what you select, what you create, what you have with this with supported prefixes will be visualized in the plugin, and you can easily swap every component. You can redesign it by another color. You can make a transition, so it means that plugin will help you with setup of the navigation between the screens. So in Figma will be visible like prototyping. In Power Apps, as you know, it's through the property navigate. So this is really easy to create this transition. The same like in the Power Apps, fade, cover, uncover, and this prototyping is like for the visualization how this plugin and how the screen are connected together through the buttons, through the labels and other controls. And at the back end, you can see like all properties through the YAML code. And for the helping, because we started a lot of controls. We have classic controls, we have modern controls, we also included quick charts, which is very fresh from the last versions. So therefore, this prefix generator will help you a lot and prepare uh, typical prefixes like for the labels, for the buttons, for the containers. It can help you with the horizontal, vertical, or without auto layouting the containers. And the last version of the Power Apps, we also included the grids. So the plugin recognizes very easily if you use vertical, horizontal, or some grids containers. As I mentioned, dependency model is only showing the dependencies between the screens with the transitions like fade, cover, uncover, and others. And really easy exporting to PDF or YAML. Also is possible to export multiple screens, and also it's possible to import to Power Apps multiple selected screens. So it recognizes more many screens as you want. Of course, if you select 20, 30 screens from your Figma, then you will take a lot in Power Apps because you will wait when the Microsoft Power Apps will loading and your screens. Then for easy, because time to time you have to need duplicate some control or some screen. We created duplicator for your screen. So for example, if you select screen ABC with some prefixes and naming, and when you click duplicate, then will be create the new screen with a unique naming, because as you know in Power Apps, you have to use only one unique name, and you cannot have like label 1 2 3 twice or multiple times. You have to be very unique. So therefore we also have the wording dialog, which is checking if you do not use the same naming in the different screens, which can be very helpful for people. Then Viewport, it's very great, because if you have enterprise application where is a lot of controls, you can have like thousands frames, thousands containers. So therefore when you select in a plugin, I will show you very soon what does it mean, this viewport, and you can click it, then will be automatically visible your selected control in your fully occupied frames page, so which can be very easy to check where your control is located on your page in Figma, and you can like redesign it or swap to another control. From the theming, we also applied, as I mentioned, background and text colors. So if you select some control, for example, frame with label, then in the plugin you will see frame with the background and label with the text color, which you can replace by your style, by your save style, or you can replace every color separately. So therefore, and the uh, bullet number 3, style saver, means that you can really create own styles for the buttons, own styles for the frames. I don't know, for the cards and other type of control. And you can reset it to white color. You can replace all background or text colors, or you can replace your color by saved style. From the importing, there is like one change what we had in the previous versions. We had possibility to import extension files from the Figma, because Figma has own suffix. When you export every Figma page, what I'm just currently showing, then you can easily export it to name of file .fic, which is not compatible. And when you try to export it or try to open this file, it's crazy. So it's hashed something. So therefore, we found a way how to export your Figma file of your controls in the page to YAML, to JSON file, and import it back to your another another to your another account where you can import this file. But this functionality uh, we just removed from this plugin. because we tried to input and load every component. So therefore, if you will use the pro subscription of this plugin, you will get the list of extra components, which is compatible with this plugin. So therefore, we created some extra files which every user will be possible to use from the pro version. And we also included more and more controls, which I will show you, instead of this importing and exporting of the Figma files. It's much more easy and much more faster for to have like library of controls for your designing. But what stayed as it is that we from the beginning possible to import your YAML files and also the snippets. In Power Apps, you can see the code from every selected control and copy to clipboard. So this is the opposite way from what currently we have in plugin to create YAML code and in the YAML viewer to copy to clipboard. This is the opposite way. When you will go to Power Apps, select the snippet and put it through our snippet viewer back to Figma. And from the last versions, we also had possibility to add multiple controls from the list, from the classic, from the modern, or from the composed. And everything very soon I will show you. And from the settings, as I mentioned, currently we support Czech, English, Germany, Portuguese, Chinese, Russian, and Spanish language currently. So therefore, in upcoming versions, which I will show you about AI chat, our plan to just hold some languages and to for the different kind of people which cannot like or do not understand in English language. And yeah, typically for the Figma is that when you download the desktop browser, it means the application of the Figma, or you can connect in a browser, the figma.com. So there are two possibilities how to open the Figma tool. So therefore, when you have locally in your application, as I have currently, then you can easily to save to your local storage. So therefore, if you save your styles in your local storage, there is a possibility to clear the local cache storage, and everything will be removed from your local storage. And every Figma account is working on the user ID. So therefore, if you want to use a pro version of this plugin, everything is based on the Figma user ID. When you create account in Figma, you will automatically get some network network account, which I will show you here. So this is your community profile, and you will also get the Figma user ID automatically. So, and in the plugin, I will show you where you can find. And the last thing, in the settings, we use some extra properties. It started to be very interesting for people because we have more and more properties. Everything you will be informed what kind of properties is, and yeah, you can reset it to default view of the properties. And from the last versions, we prepared the prefix maker because time to time Microsoft's changing the name of the properties of every control. So therefore, we created some helper which will help you to visualize every property. So this is the property helper, and user prefix is coming the same like in model driven. when you have the prefix, for example, my underscore and name of the table or something. So this is the same we used in Canvas, that every screen can have your own user prefix to recognize. For example, if you use, like we are using in my Conde, the prefix my, so you can the same use it in what you are using in your company. And yep, in help, it's very, very easy. There is a button where you can see all list of prefixes which we are using in plugin. You can see some important links for documentation. You can leave a feedback. You can see a button for the booking session if you need any help from my side. You can through the plugin get this button and contact me directly. So this is the few features what currently we are using, and that is interesting part. What's the next? Because as you know, everybody wants to have it AI. It's just like will be very soon as a based. So therefore we decided also use the AI chat. Currently here it's with the green one we already applied. My thought was that would be great also support much more features like some property maker what currently we have, but some extensions to change more properties and to prepare some tutorials how to use this plugin, and prepare the design system, because design system is very important for every company who wants to reuse their design to different applications for different customers. So in this version 4.9 it's already possible to create components with a different styling of your controls and apply it to your screens as an instance. So it means like as a copy of your component. I will really show you very soon what does it mean. And this stuff we decided to merge it in the Cocos. Cocos is AI chat which will help you to prepare your own design system, will possible to prepare and extract your properties. So for example, as you know, you have properties like colors, fills, border colors, and then you have something like backend properties like on select, on reset, or something like that. So therefore the Cocos should help you to create more properties when you write it in the chat. Also will be included everything, sorry. Everything will be included, as you know, from the current version. So therefore, this Cocos will be multifunctional, and plan for that one is also translate to different language. And if will be functional, everything what I would like to have it, then this will not stop us. We try to also use some voice chatting, but will be really AI assistant for the creating of your designs. So this is the plan for this year. As I said, Cocos is a compatible control system. So this abbreviation, I hope so, will everybody know soon. But I'm very happy that at the end of this presentation today, you will see the real prompt from the Cocos and creating new YAML codes for some controls. So this is how this will look like, and today you will see the real UI of new version of the 5.0. So this is for the presentation, and let's go to see and the real demo. Just put it both, and yeah, when you open your file in a Figma, as I mentioned, this is the files, this is the pages. In the free version of Figma, you can have only 3 pages, and paid you can have unlimited pages. And on the left side, you see the layers. On the right side, you see variables, and you see the property when you select and create some control. For example, it's mostly the same like in Power Apps. Frame is containers. You have a rectangle. The same in Power Apps is rectangles. You have ellipse like a circle in Power Apps, polygons like stars, octagons, pentagons, stars, and the rest is like combination of everything what you want to have in Power Apps. And when you select it on the right side, you see the properties of the controls like positioning on this page, the layout. If it's as I mentioned, this is like container without layouting, vertical, horizontal, and grid, the same as Microsoft did in the last version for Power Apps. And some appearance and some colors and uh, another colors for the selected control, stroking effects, etc. And here on the bottom is the main action menu for your pages, where you can see the icon to find some assets. Assets means the library in your Figma. So for late in part 3, I will show you what the asset is and how to create the library. And now where you can see there is a Power Apps for Figma, or you can just write it and you will see all plugins. So when you open the plugin, here is coming this licensing, and I can see, as I mentioned, editor settings and help. In editor, you can see the layouting of selected controls. You can see the code viewer. You can see the themes, so where is layouting for your colors and for the stylers. And the last icon is for the importing. Here on the bottom is the importing from the list. Whereas I mentioned, you can select different controls from the classic. Here is from the modern, and we also created some composed. Composed means which is a combination of the classic or modern controls, or combination of the modern controls. So currently we have 5: bar chart, calendar, feedback box, profile, and stage. And with every version we will prepare more beautiful components which you will be able to uh, export to Power Apps. So if I just select, for example, the feedback, here I have selected 3 controls, and when I submit, so everything will be ready and prepared in your Figma file. So this is how is working the importing. And when I go back, so in the settings, here is the Figma ID, which is unique for everybody, and you can also copy it to clipboard. Then, as I mentioned, we have several languages, which is very faster for the changing for the language. So therefore, uh, here is no, does not need to restart the plugin, but automatically will be renamed every labels of the plugin when you change the language. And this is the prefix, as I mentioned. So if you have already prepared the screens, for example, I will just create some or use some screen. Just copy it here. And if I just put like BB, apply the prefix, and as you see here, the prefix was renamed to BB, where you can use the prefix of every screen. So the plugin will recognize every screen what you have on this page, and when you change the prefix, will be automatically renamed all screens to your user prefix. In the extra properties, as you see, it's starting to be more and more prefixes. When I go from the top, font reductor is it means that you know, font size in Figma and font size in Power Apps is completely different, because here you can zoom in a lot. In Power Apps, it's not possible. It's saying what is the 100% of your layouting. So therefore, 20 pixels in Figma does not mean what I found is something like 15 pixels in Power Apps. So therefore, here in Font Reductor, when you switch on, then will be automatically your font size minus 5 pixels. But of course, if you use 5 pixels font, then will be font size 0. So therefore, it's up to you when to use this font reductor or not. If you use like around 20 pixels, 25 pixels, use font reducer does not make sense for you, because it will be mostly the same. But when you use like 40, 50 pixels, then it's completely different story, because then it's could be a huge like label and represented in Power Apps. So therefore, yeah, 5 pixel is not too much, but it can help you with easy output in the Power Apps. Inherited parent, it's coming from the latest versions. When you change the parent, it means like the name of the frame, and your child will contain the same word. For example, I have here work on set frame, and child again includes this word set. So therefore, if it's switch on, and when I change it, then will be automatically change every child with this word. It's great when you have, for example, a frame which included inherited like 15 frames or 15 controls. It's a really faster way how to rename your every child in the selected parent. This could be also help for people. Hidden controls, it means that, uh, for example, typically I'm using it for the pop-up. I'm preparing some pop-up inside the screen. For example, if I use three dots and could be like visible pop-up, I'm creating this pop-up, and then I'm hiding this pop-up. And when this is switched on, it means that this pop-up will be also included in YAML code and will be exported to Power Apps. So when you just switch on all hidden fields, it means like this one. If I just hide this field, then it will not be exported to YAML code when I put switched off. So this is for the hidden controls. So it could be, for example, you can have like two images, and you can just switch on between two images, and the one is still hidden in your code. So therefore, it's great to switch off and export only with your active image, for example, for the exporting. This is a great case. Then I have two replacements, because for example, button in the Figma means that you have frame, and inside the frame is text field. So for example, a button. When I put this frame as auto layout, I just put, for example, 40. And here is typically visualized in Figma as a button, which is frame and text field. But you know, you can have not a button. You can have frame with the text, not the button, but another. So therefore, uh, we put a new property which is saying that replace prefix container instead of button. If I just use it, for example, I will just create a new frame, which I will say it's like cont is for the container, and put is here inside this container. And here I have a frame and a setting. I will switch it off, replace the container. And when I go back and select it and generate prefixes, look at the left side, will be automatically prefix button. And when I put it back and go switch on the container, and whoop, and it's automatically used container because I switched off this property. I'm using it when I have, as I mentioned, one frame and inside is only one label. So this is I'm using very in most cases instead of the buttons. Then therefore I'm switching off, and for the generating the prefixes, it's better, because when you, for example, use more buttons than frame with one label node, then it's perfectly to switch on this container and generate prefixes, and will be a lot of buttons, for example. And the same for the rectangle and HTML, because rectangle and HTML is still a frame, and therefore, uh, therefore, when you just create a real rectangle in Figma, where you can see on the right side, it's like saying this is the rectangle, this is the frame. So if you just use this rectangle, normally in Power Apps we are using uh, for this Figma is rict as a prefix, and when I just put it here inside the frame and just delete the prefix and say that it will be HTML, because time to time you need to have beautiful corners, where in a rectangle there is no uh, border corners, so, and radius. So therefore I'm using HTML to have like border corners, or to have gradient colors, which is much more better than using the one color rectangle without any corner radius. And when I just switch on the HTML and generate the prefix, then will be the prefix HTML, and the YAML code, you can see the real HTML code with with some styling. So if I use linear code, and reload it, as you see here, you will get the linear gradient. So therefore, HTML is better if you want to use the corners, and here is the border radius 20. And if you want to use just typical rectangle as something like as a separator, then of course does not need to create HTML, and only what you need to do is switch off this rectangle, and everything will be replaced. If I just remove again, and generate the prefix, then will be rectangle generated as a prefix. So this is for the general extra properties, and for the importing we have two: dependency model, which means that if you import from Power Apps to Figma, then you can automatically select that if in your Power Apps will be navigate and something from one screen to another screen, then the dependency model will generate your transition between the screens. When you does not want to have it after every importing, then you can just easily switch off and your screens will be switched will be imported without any dependency model. So how the dependency model looks like: when I just select the screen and change it to dependency model, then uh, you will see like information, some legend, what does it mean, which transition, and to see in name of the screen, some property, list of the controls or number of the controls, if it's includes some invisible code or on select code, which you can in Power Apps you can specify. So this is the dependency model. And if I just show you the real how it looks like the dependencies, I will just zoom in. Here I have one transition between the screens. How can I do this? When I select the screen on the editor, you will see the name of the screen. You will see all list of controls. You will see all properties, extra properties you can prepare, and you can see the transition. Transition here is from the dashboard to finance screen. If I want to create, for example, from this screen to another screen, I just create a transition, select the start node. Uh, I can select the control from which will be clicked and prototyped and visualized to another screen. So, for example, here uh, I have uh, I have home icon, which should be this one, and specified the output. It's automatically recognized if you have prefix screen. It will be automatically recognized in the plugin, not needed to select it, and just say it's babysitting and specify the transition, for example, a cover, and voila, the arrow will be connected with your screen. And when I select these two screens and create dependency model, then I can see that this finance is connected to babysitting with the cover transition. And here is automatically generated on select, where will be exported to Power Apps and just saying the formula for the navigation from one to another. So therefore it's very helpful when you have 20, 50 screens and you can just want to import it. You will see the modeling between the screens and generating your navigations. So this is mainly what you can do, and the same you can do for the prototyping. So if you want to select it uh, for Figma, where is prototyping, it means that the same what I shared to you here from the next slide. The same in Figma you can use in some flow where automate or just make a solo, as I'm saying, to your application and see the real actions through the buttons, through the labels, or another controls. So here we have connections between two screens when I just run this flow. and click on the flow. As you see here, when you click somewhere, you will see which control has some action. And when I click it, it will be automatically to another screen. So this is what I can do the same for the prototyping, for the visualization. So I have the finance, I have the home icon, and I will say it will be for the babysitting. And you see the arrow will be generated and a new, and I go back here and will be automatically moved to another screen. And this is how easily you can just specify all flows for your application for the Figma, and how you can easily to connect your transitions between the screens for the Power Apps. This is like two ways. And of course, when I just select it, I can easily remove, and the arrow will be removed. The same for the transitions. I can easily remove it. So this is like what mainly you can use for the editor. And what is very helpful is that you can see the which controls is supported for your applications and for your designing. So we have classic, we have modern, and we have composed. So here is represented the prefix. For example, component for adding a picture, it's at media underscore and your name. The same for audio, barcode, button, column, combo box, and other controls. As you see here is a lot of controls in modern, like the same, but we are using PCF as a prefix. So button PCF, combo PCF, to see what's the differences between the classic and modern. And in a compost, we have some two special, which is for the calendar and bar chart. So if I generate, because here you can create the control or the icon. When I create a new control and just specify the compost and specify this bar chart, then as you see here, the prefix is bar chart. So this is like a special prefix which is saying this is the bar chart. And in the YAML code, you will see combination of the gallery and some combination of some labels, rectangles, HTML controls, and others. So therefore, we decided to put like combination and make much more beautiful controls coming from the classic or from the modern. So this is what you can see in the specific composed control. But of course, as I said, you can also create some icons. This all icons represents Fluent UI 8, what Power Apps is using. So you can see really all icons represented the same in the Power Apps. So this is everything what you can just put here and will be automatically generated here with the prefix SVG. So this is for the icons. And when I select it, you will see like control image and the specific SVG, which is from the XML. This is just code for the SVG icon, and which will be when I just copy the clipboard and go to some Power Apps. And just for the loading. Okay, and for example, paste here. You see, it's faster way how to import export the SVG files from Figma or icons from Power Apps to Figma. It's also the opposite way you can use it for the icons. So this is how it's working. The prefixes. Uh, if you does not know the prefixes, as I mentioned here in help, you can generate or you can generate in pro version show all and will be automatically generated the same list but at once click. And here, as I mentioned, this is the important links for the documentation, community, and website and feedback. And this is a for booking a session. Uh, it's mostly represented what I wanted to show you. The last thing, as I mentioned, is that you can see the list of backgrounds used. You can see the list of text colors in this plugin. You can replace it. And here in the list of the controls, as I mentioned, you can go to and specify which where is located. This is the viewport, which is saying where is located. So here is like label 10 to 11. This is like this control where it's located. So if I will be back and just see, and I will be automatically moved where your control is located in a Figma page. So, and when I just select, as I said here, and see the text color, I can edit the color, I can replace by style, and I can replace all what I will select or reset to white. If I just reset to white, will be automatically sent to white color, or I can just say which color should be and automatically update or replace by style. But here I have already saved style, and when I replace it, will be the same for here. For example, if I used some control, some card, and just uh, replace by style, yeah, and see it's automatically recolored by my saved style, which is here for the cards. I'm using the purple and sorry, violet and the white color. So this is the main information how the plugin looks like, what everything you can do. For the importing is very easy, and this is like the last what I will show you in this part. That if you have already exported some YAML codes, which I already have. For example, in this YAML, I have here some example screen in YAML code. And when I just open it, then will be automatically imported the whole screen what I've currently selected. So this is like two ways. You can here import, or you can easily export. If I just select here, or and see in the YAML code, and I can just copy it to clipboard and paste it here. And as you see here, the wall control is automatically imported in Power Apps. So this was the part number one. So do we have any questions? Is Figma better software than Ligma? I do not know what is Ligma. I've never heard about Ligma. so therefore I cannot answer. So any other questions? Nope. Nope. So then for the audience, let's have 5-minute breaks. I will just again share the screen. Real design, how to design responsive from Figma to Power Apps. Okay, share screen. Okay, so here I have prepared for you some screen from the Figma Make. So it's called AI prompt, and here we will try to put this screen to Power Apps. You have two options how you can generate and put screens from Figma to Power Apps. The first thing is that you can start design your screen here in Figma. Start to use prefixes, start to use to put your controls components, and then when you select your screen in the YAML viewer, you can copy it to clipboard and then export to Power Apps. Another option, it's something like copy pasting. It's like copying parts, pasting to Power Apps, and again copying, pasting. So this is like two options how you can use generating your applications from Figma to Power Apps. In a plugin from the last versions, we already created some new layout called responsive. So here, when you create a new screen, you can specify it as in Power Apps mobile or tablet, and select your pre-designed screen. The same in Power Apps, some calendar, email, form. And what is not in Power Apps, this uh, yeah, today is they have some responsive. But here, when I just select this responsive, then will be automatically generated layout where it's included main container, top container, content, and bottom container. It's with the different colors to see what is top, what is bottom, what is the content. When I see it in the screens, here is a new suffix called res. So every screen doesn't matter if you create as a with this responsive layout, but if you created some screen and just put the suffix res, then automatically will be used for the frames this parent width, parent height. If you have some control like 20 and 20 pixels from left side and right side included, then will be automatically recognize that the control is uh, like parent width minus 40, like 20 and 20 from the both sides. If I see on the children, the same here. Every children inside your screen will have the same with dynamic width information. When I put inside the layouting some, uh, sorry, uh, here, I just put some text here, put, put prefix label, and when I select and try to find the label, where is here, I can see automatically recognize the size. As you know, in Power Apps, we are using desktop, tablet, or mobile size, where the property is a size, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So therefore, uh, plugin will say if you have for the desktop, the font pixels or font size will be 20. If I use like for the tablet mobile, I'm using minus some pixels down. So therefore, using the underscore res is great. There will be labeling for buttons or labeling for the titles of some controls will be automatically resized by your selected size. So let me just present it in practice. What does it mean? So if I just put in the middle and say it's like title, up, and select the screen and copy to clipboard, paste it here, let's put the center. Here I have this switch which is saying what is the size. If I just put in the text instead of title and say that will be what is test res dot size, you will see that it's number 2. When I just run it, this is the desktop, number 6. For the phone is number 2. For the tablet is number 4. The same here. If I change the rotation, I can see the number 3. And against this size, you can really specify uh, which will be the pixels on every size, what you will mention here. Also, you can specify the size for the orientation, vertical, horizontal. So this is how the responsive works. Everything else you have to write. And for example, here I have another case where you can see the real design, and then we will start with design of the prompt library. Here I have some task manager, and as you see here is a responsive. I've created in last version new suffix called fix. The fix is great when you want to have like fix height for the top or for the menu in bottom. So therefore, if you use in this frame or container, if you use underscore fix, then when I select and see what does it mean in the YAML, this is the fix, and I see uh, not dynamic values for the height and width. So if I just change it and remove the fix and select again, top container is not fixed, and here I can see the dynamic parent width minus 60 because there is some padding from the left side and right side. So therefore, here as I see here, this is the main container, and here one, and the top container, yeah, here it is. This in the top container is the padding 30. So therefore it's 60 from the left and right side. Another great thing, if you have huge content inside your screen, you know that we are using for the scrolling, we are using Fluid and in Power Apps. So therefore, here in this plugin, you can also use the prefix Fluid. So here is represented. So this content could be like a huge gallery, a lot of data here. So therefore, inside this frame, I just used prefix fluid. If you just select it, you see that this is the fluid grid where it could be automatically scrolled if will be uh, highest or width than size of your screen. So therefore, I use the prefix fluid, and inside this fluid will be automatically scrolled. So when I just select the screen and copy to clipboard and paste it here, just delete the previous one and paste it here. So as you see here, this is like scrolling the content. And this is what I mentioned. Here is the example when I use the fixed, which is much more better because I see the requested height of this menu. When I was not used the fixed, it's automatically enabled the fill proportion. So for like here, because I do not know you as a designer if you want to have it really fixed height, and because this is the uh, top container, and it's only information like name of the screen, or it's a dynamic that this stop should be automatically resized. So therefore we created new suffixes res and fix, and all you can easily like say what should be the enable this fill portion and what should be the disabled. So if I just remove it, and here I put back again top container underscore fix, select and again paste it here. So automatically the height will be fixed, and I can only just say that label here I just put flexible width, and for example put like 250 minimum, and I can see the icon what was same here. So you should play a little bit because I cannot say that everything will be 100% the same. So therefore, you have help with this prefixes, suffixes, and some another benefits of your designing to say what doesn't really mean, and if you put it as you want to use it in Power Apps with this suffixes and prefixes, then it will be one to one from Figma to Power Apps. Then, of course, you need to calculate if you want to have responsive some labels, which is should be next to some another control. Then, of course, you should finish the background and some responsive properties. But mostly with the proportion, with the changing of the labels. Like here, if I just select the task, it's saying that according your size of your screen, it's automatically change the font size. So this is like mostly helpful for the responsive, but if you want to of course more and some background, the plugin only helps you with this front end, but you will save a lot of time. Believe me, I spent weeks and weeks on some application when I started here from the builder. It's I'm saying that it's really much more better than it was like a few years ago, where you can easily like this drag drop change the position, which is really awesome for me. And but still, it's still when spending time with just creating some containers, But in Figma, if you know how to manage the Figma, how to create the designs, how to create components, some another great components in Figma. So therefore, will be much more easy to import and export than to start from the scratch in Power Apps. But this was like the one possibility how to import import the from the Figma to Power Apps. As I mentioned, the same from the opposite way. If I just select something and view code here, just copy the code in Figma. There is for the importing here the snippet, and you can paste the code and import the snippet, and automatically will be generated in a Figma from the opposite way, from the Power Apps here to Figma to see the real designs. But as I mentioned, and I will mention it a lot of time, that the redesigning is like, for me, it's wasting the time, because you have very old fashioned application. Why to redesign it? Start a new design or new fresh modern design from your application, put it in a Figma, design it here, copy your YAML, and paste it to new Power Apps code. The backend you have already done in Power Apps. So why to redesign it? Why to import it back to Figma, redesign? No, it's really wasting of time if you have 40, 50 screens. So therefore, it's better to use new fresh UI, apply it to every screen what you want in Figma, and then easily select all screens and export it back to Power Apps. It's much more easy, because another should be the benefit for you. For example, if you do it for the customer, then you can say, okay, this design is beautiful, but then you will just right click here and copy link to this page, send to customer this link. The customer will log in and see the view this page and say, okay, this is really nice, and the customer will be possible to add a comment and say, fine, but but I need, I don't know, for example, you know, better color of this button. And everything you will get back without wasting your time on the meetings and some ping pong between you and customer. You can easily like collect all the comments, apply it before starting your development, and then customers say, okay, I'm fine with this UI, and you will start to export this UI to Power Apps and start with the backend, like from Dataverse, some tables, or you can use some SharePoint lists or something, or another database, and you will save a lot of time. So therefore, this is like the main reason why I'm using the Figma and why I develop this plugin, because it's much more easy than import from the Power Apps, redesign it, and again and again. So therefore, you know about this history, you know about the backend, you know that the backend will be reused, but why to export and import it again? So therefore, another possibility how to use it, how to make it more faster for you to use, just calling it like puzzle developing, where you will just make some part, paste it in your Power Apps, and you will do this for the rest of the application. And you can just could be like much more faster for your developers to make new applications. So when I go to our prompt library, and second option is I will just close it and create a new application. and I will use responsive. And when it's loaded, as you know, you have already prepared responsive controls with the top, bottom, and content. The same what I'm using in my responsive layout. And now it's time, for example, prepare some screen. So if I just minimize everything, so here I have the top, which is saying that it will be like this one. So what I will do, I will create a new screen. I will create for the tablet called prompt use responsive submit. Then I will find this one, put it here to see. Only what I will do is put reset to white to have everything in white. And now I do not need to create a new one. Nope. I will just use what is already there. So I will just copy this one and put instead of this one. So I know some abbreviation. It's something like Command Shift R, which is saying the replacement of selected frame. So if I just replace it and put its fill container, because this I was not mentioned, you can have fixed size, huge, which is saying that will be only width for total of the highest control inside the frame, or the fill. So it means automatically resize by parent in Figma. So therefore here I have put the fill for the top container. I will just change it back to top uh, container. And here I see that there is no prefixes mentioned. I will just check if everything is fine. There is icon, because time to time Figma Make is putting more and more containers which is not needed. For example, here as you see, have text under the useless uh, header is you I can remove it. So I can just only put it here, remove the useless frames, and I have now prepared the containers with the title, description, and some button for adding the prompt. So here I have the button with the icon. So, and now because I'm lazy, I do not want to create some prefixes. So therefore, I will just select the top of the of this frame, and here in editor I can generate the prefixes. As I mentioned in the last version, if something is vertical, then will be automatically recognize which kind of prefix for the container is needed. If will be grid, then will be grid container prefix. It will be very vertical or horizontal, will be automatically recognized. So when I just create, you can see here automatically recognize which kind of container is there. And if it's icon, then it's automatically put as a with SVG prefix. I only change the naming. For example, I will just put like label title, label description. Here I have, because I selected container instead of button, then I can show you some magic, because in the last versions we have already prepared some possibility to for the buttons. So this will be I will show you in part 3, but I will start to use it. Here we have prepared the button with the icon. So therefore, as you see here, if you use svg at and name, then will be automatically recognize that it's a modern button with the icon. So the same I will use here. So I will use this svg and the same name what Microsoft supports, like at. Here I do not need to put an extra, so I will just only use this at prompt, and here I change it to btn and at prompt. Now when I select this button, you can see here icon at, text at prompt. I can see that this is the layout is icon after. Should be icon before, and automatically I can see the fill. I can see also used font. So if I just move it here and select from internet to, for example, Mona Sans, and select button again, you can see automatically change the font to Mona Sans. So with the button I played a lot, so therefore it's possible to use icons. You can use, and of course it should be bt and pcf prefix. Now it's correct. So where I have layout, I can have the color palette appearance, which is primary. The same here. If you use white color and stroke, the appearance will be automatically secondary, as in Power Apps we have. So therefore, there are a lot of playing what you can do via this plugin. And when I see here, I have something which is saying it's some repeated text, because when I will export, then Power Apps will have some error message that there is no unique naming. So therefore, I need to find a count, which is here automatically to the same names. So I will just put it's like count and, for example, content frame. And when I select again, yeah, this is the same container, so we have to put it like content left, and for example content right. And when I select, there you see a warning dialog disappeared, and now I have ready with this top container. I hope so I did not forget anything. And try to copy the clipboard and put it here in the top. And now only what I need to do is only say that the top is stretched and flexible width. In the top container prompt, I will just not to use that one, and I will just use like fixed, for example, and change it to what's too too much. Yeah, and so it's the same here. Only need to say this is the stretch, and I can say it's only inside, and I can use the height now with yeah, this one, and check if there is no like padding. But here is the top with this button, and of course the same for the height, for the title and description. I can just, if I just put it like here and say this is the highest, like width, yeah, this one I will just put on like 60, and here only I say that top is maybe 120. The same here, to just put it more and specify the flexible height to have more, and say could be like from the top. So this is what you can just we can play it with this and see which container is or should be located, and if I use the specific height. So this is only if you have practice what could be put, to see like here, what could be changed in this container, then you can really put copy paste from the Figma to Power Apps, and it will be easy, because then when you run it, so then you can just specify. Of course, there is no specified the width and height for the intern controls, but could be like easy way how to put particular parts and power ups, and specify when and how to be. So therefore, could be much more easy for you to parts per parts, or as I mentioned, you can put the complete screen and specify it again if will be with fill portion or will be the fixed height. So, and the same here, you can just check it, as you see here that this is out of part. So therefore you need to just put to like for the minimum of this height, and uh, yeah, this one I just put here as like the parent width. So everything is represented for inside this container, and same you can do with the other, when you select the different parts. So the same here. You can put like flexible width and just specify it only. It could be like, for example, minimum could be like 40, and check if there is no uh, no for no gapping uh, inside, like this one. And you will have like for the different rotation you can have, but everything you must specify it inside the containers. So the same when you start create some another cards like here. So you can specify and put it here inside the containers, and you can just put like 3 containers here, change for the horizontal, and this one is only built, for example, like 120. Let's put it as a fixed. So, and again, I only just put top uh, center and right, and I can again generate the prefixes and use only without useless framework frame. Oop, and this one. So, and here you can just also specify the gaps where we have this free, and put between to see. And here we have the prepared container for the content. Again, we have to check there's 3 times as I used copy paste. Just for now, put 3b 1 2, and we see, for example, 3. And I check everything is fine, is unique, and copy to clipboard, and I can put it here, and I will have automatically imported every card. Again, I can say it will be uh, from the top, what will be the padding of that one. So here I can say this is on the top. You can see that flexible height, for example, only that, and see if it's changed, and what's the top, for example, we use. And again, if we want to have it per For example, from the horizontal to vertical, we just change it like here. We can specify the magic, or you will see this direction, and we can like say that if this is called, we call it screen one. Yeah, screen one dot size, and say that it's like uh, small, the screen size small. We can just say this will be layout vertical versus horizontal. So when I just change here, when I just see and change the layouts and put like for the canvas, I will see like for the horizontal, and when I change it to mobile, so it will be automatically put to vertical. And now the same for the layouting for the height. If I just put the flexible, so will be automatically put uh, below. And I also need some specify the how height will be the every container, and what will be the gap between them, and the minimum width and height. So this is like how you can start to design your screens, and you only just need to copy paste to your screen, put the prefixes, and then prepared for the exporting. Also, what I mentioned inside the plugin, you can also create some special controls. What I have here, the compose, or already created some quick charts. So if I need some charts, yeah, put the line, then will be automatically generated chart from the line. And if I see here, there is automatically generated the line, and when I copy to this content and paste it here, so it's automatically generated the quick chart with some default data. Here only what you need to do is put your real data from Dataverse, from SharePoint. So therefore you can easily put also the quick charts. My favorite is when I just swap it as I shared. Okay, so here I still have doubt. My favorite is this gauge chart, where you can see the number, and when I copy it to here and paste it, so great thing is that you can specify the height and width, which is too smaller, but will be automatically put, for example, for your table, where you can have data with a label and some quick chart, which will say according your selected data. So this is really awesome how you can faster way to import your data sets and some quick chart and visualize your data from your database. And and well, if I just put here something more, uh, because I've already prepared some library. And yeah, so I've already created some beautiful components. So if you want to use some controls which is not typical from the Microsoft, for example, I like this Eisenhower matrix. If I copy here to my page, and I can see the layout and YAML code, and copy here, paste it. So I can see the I can see the metrics here, and of course the same. Yeah, this is for here. This is like the for the fixed, but of course the same here. If you want to have the response, then every container in this control or component should be with this flexible portion, and specify if will be with the dynamic height and width. But again, you can also change the automatical size of this control. If I just remove. Yeah. So if I just say that will be not flexible width, and not, and say that I just select everything what is inside and specified. This is the containers inside for every chart, and I can again not to say the fixed with the height, but again I will just use that if screen until size is equal to screen size small, I can use, for example, like 40 versus so much, it's 184. So I will just put back. And do it the for all. So when I just put it to mobile, yeah, you see that the width was automatically changed. So it means that for this of component, if I move and change all labels, everything, the arrows, what I have here, the height, so will be automatically changed for everything. So the same, I have to do this for the height. So if I just use like 40 and select multiple, yeah, and you see the was automatically changed. So this is what you can put for everything inside every control. So if I put it here in this plugin and put inside the some responsive screen, I will use a new one and say doesn't matter if it's mobile, some blank, put inside here and say that it's a responsive. And now I should use here in this child, I can see yeah, container high and width, which is here the dynamic, because layout is responsive. Again, if I just use it and see, it's not the dynamic. So this is like the second option, how you can just have it with this dynamic. So now will be automatically resize all width to your content, which you, if I just use copy paste, as I mentioned, you can directly also uh, edit your YAML code here. So so therefore, if I just zoom in, the same for the rest. Everything what is a container like this is still the parent width and minus something. So if I just remove the and paste, yeah, you see it's automatically resized the control, and automatically, like, again, is changed against your size. So therefore, it's only what you need to do is like set for the control, if it's this is one, yeah, if it's here the width, and if I just put like this one and put for everything, so then it's automatically will be changed what is part. So therefore, here the same for the arrows, you will use that position, that automatically parent width uh, divided two, and automatically will be inside inside in the middle of your control. So therefore, yeah, it could be from the beginning, could be hard to understand how it works, but if you know some uh, properties with and playing with the height and width, so will be automatically moved to your position what you want. So like here I'm just saying the fixed, and as I mentioned here, so I will just put uh, divided by two, and will be responsive to your screen. So therefore, you need to say what is the responsive, what which, if I say that this one is fixed, then will be automatically size what currently I have, which is with is currently uh, let's say 50 or something, 180. So therefore, when I select the screen and say this is the fixed, and create a new screen, then it's said that this is the fixed and the rest is responsive against the layout. So therefore, if you know how to play with this fixed and responsive, then you will have great controlling to your component, and will be you can then automatically responsive for your layouts. Okay, so this is like how we can play with the responsive and fixed designs. You can, if you like to copy paste the whole screen, like for example, I've already did for this one, and if I just copy here and paste it, uh, sorry, I have to. So, and you can have like prepared the whole screen, and with some small differences, but you can also just only select something what you need, and will be the same output what you have here in this Figma, and very faster way for the Power Apps. As you see here, I also recognize that this is the tabs, and recognize the text here, because in the last version I could have the tab. And here is the tab list and items according what you write here. So if I just change it for all, then will be automatically all. So this is like how I'm playing with these designs, and only what you need to do is just say the responsibility for the layout, who should be responsible for the top, for the bottom, specify the dynamic value for the particular container. So this was the part 2. Do we have any question? Okay, so there is no question. Again, let's break 5 minutes, and then we will continue with the design systems and documentation. Okay, we are back, and let's go to show next part, where I will present how to make documentation and how to make your library for the assets in Figma. Again, start sharing. Okay, let's start with the design system. As I mentioned before, you are able to create components with the different variations in Figma. When you create some component in Figma, then it's automatically visible here in assets. So therefore, how I can create the component? If I run the plugin here, and create some control, for example, button, call it default. So here I have default button with the correct prefix. Here is the code. I can see this is the classic button. But time to time we need to use a different style for the different customer for every component. So therefore, I will just copy paste this button and say this is not the default. It's, for example, light, and change the color. I will put it like here, and for text I will put darker. So here is the different kind of button, and there is a magic. When I click create a component, will be automatic with the violet color, and here is the change the icon. This is the default frame, and this is the icon for the component. And the same here, you can see that you can create the variations. The same I do with the different button, and you create a component. Now I have two different buttons as a components, and select both and combine as variant. Call it like buttons, but still in this variants I using the correct prefix. So therefore, if I unselect and select this light, I see this is the color and this is the fill. When I select here, the different one was mentioned. So this is what you can do with the controls and for the making your library in Figma. You can do this with the different controls, combo box, drop downs, text fields, and others. But for this, what I've already prepared here, you can see what everything is recognized in this plugin, where I can see the classic button with the color and some radius. Here I can see already modern button, which is saying that the appearance is a primary, but there is no icon. Here I have already in YAML code the icon saying that the icon is before. What is the appearance? This is the still primary. When I select that one, I see the primary is an appearance, but icon is after the text, because the plugin recognize the position of the SVG file, SVG control. If I use, as I mentioned, stroke and white, then it's said that the appearance is a secondary, and I see the font color, font size, and font family, and again some border radius. And the same you can do the secondary with icons before and icon after, still appearance is secondary. Next thing, what is improved in this plugin is text inputs, where I can read the classic text input. Uh, then plugin also recognize this is the modern with PCF prefix, and saying that appearance is filled darker because I used not white color and not stroke. And if I use like here, this is the filled lighter because I used the white color as a background. Again, plugin can recognize if the input is text, like here, type is text. And if I use the password, so it means if I use this stars in the text, then plugin say, okay, it's a password. And the same for the secondary field lighter because I used white and I used some stars and no text. Another thing, do this for toggles, where the plugin recognize the classic and modern, and if it's false or sorry, I just create variant. So here is still the classic and true text on off. Here is already the classic, but text position is left. And here is in default. In default is text position on right. For the modern, uh, I can see on check, on uncheck. This is like the differences. When I use this modern, where the ellipse is like here is on the right side, so it means that there is different colors. Then automatically was recognized the check is true. So here, as you see here, the check is not there because it's not used some color. And here again uh, is the text, which is the before. I can recognize with this plugin. If it's on the right side, the property is gone, and when it's on the left side, then the property is visible with the label position before, and with the coloring, then it's automatically recognized that check is true or false. Another control which is possible to read the different statuses is checkboxes. Again, classic versus modern. And here I see the checked is true because there is an error. There is the icon inside the rectangle or frame, doesn't matter inside of what. And here, if it's this icon, that automatically said that you checked the checkbox. So there is no icon, no checked, and with this icon, checked equals true. Then in the modern sliders, we can recognize if it's the horizontal or if it's the vertical. Again, the plugin just checking the sizing of this component. If it's like sized below, it means that this is the vertical. If it's next to, it's horizontal. So therefore, the loud is automatically specified in YAML code. And the last, what we prepared last time is for the combo boxes, where I can see the appearance if it's darker or lighter. Again, I'm using the same structure. If the color is white, then it's filled lighter. If you have some different colors, it's filled darker. And yeah, radius is in every component. So the same you can do for your libraries. So you can just specify the version of the, for example, buttons, and create more and more variants. Only important information here is that, as you see here, uh, name of the variant does not include the prefix, so therefore plugin will not recognize the button. So therefore, what you need to do if you use double click, and change for btn uh, darker. Then when you reload, automatically will be in YAML viewer. And again, you can specify different color. And now the how to use it is when you create the layout. Let's put empty. And we have already here the assets. Here are the, our buttons. And when I drag and drop to my screen and see that uh, button is already as instance, but again, I need to follow the prefixes. If I used btn and select the screen, control is already there. So therefore, now not needed to create and redesign it. I only use, let's click on the button and select which button I want to use. If it's the primary, if it's the secondary, if it's with icon after, icon secondary with icon. So it's really up to you which you will use, because this is automatically recognize which type of button, and you do not need any extra design. But only what you need to do is specify your buttons, select from the library, put prefix, and here on the right side you can say which button will be light, darker, or the default. And then just use on position which you want to have, and then you can easily to copy to clipboard and paste it here, and you will have the screen with the button here. So this is what you can do with the designing of your libraries. Remember, if you want to have shared library, you need to have paid version of Figma, because when you have paid this version, you can say that this library you can publish. When you publish this library, anybody else from your colleague, from your team members who has paid account, or does not need to do paid, but if you will create some Figma page where you will assign this library. If I just, for example, use these buttons and update the library, yeah, I see every changes what I did this library, and just put like the publish. You need to wait when Figma publish all libraries. That's too much, but when will be published? And here in other pages, you can add more libraries. I need to check. Okay, library updated. But I add I see here is the library from my, and I put here the library here and see all components which I developed in the different pages. And when I update something, will be automatically said that this is a new version of the library, and you can refresh it in your page, or your colleague or your team member can refresh it because it will be uh, published here again, and you can use it in your styles. So this is what you can do with the sharing of the library. But of course, somebody needs to have paid license of Figma to have shared library be between the accounts or between the files. And this is how you can use the libraries. Uh, and when you have finished some designs, the second part is that you can create a documentation. If I just go here and say, for example, these two four screens are ready. Doesn't matter if they are using the same naming. Let's skip it for now. But I can create documentation. Uh, at first, I can also create the dependency model if I want to include it. So here we have the dependency model. I will just put it here. If I select screens and dependency model, then and export it to PDF, will be automatically recognize the dependency model is included and export it to PDF. So I will just at first show you how it works with the screens. Export to PDF. And put submit. At this moment, uh, Figma is generating the same what you will see in the PDF. I can also save it, but uh, here, sorry, just it. And here I have the project title, what I specified, description, all selected screens, all design systems. So it means the colors, what I used inside, then the typography which I used with the font size, and the list of the icons which I used. Of course, if you use the same icon many times, then will be generated more times in your list of icons. But when I remove it and select with the dependency model, remove that one, and again export to PDF and submit. As you see here, it started to generate it. And here inside the generated PDF, it's also included your dependency model where you can see, or customer or somebody in your team members can see what's the dependency between the screens which you specified, as I showed in the first part of this workshop. So this is very great how easily to share your documentation. Of course, if I open this PDF file, you can also see everything there in PDF. And this one you can just save it on your Confluence page or on your wiki page or share with the customer. So this is really uh, for the documentation. And also maybe I can also share information, yeah, that it's not only for the components and instances. So of course, you can also put it back if you have already some instance of your uh, component. You can put it back to frame. So here we have brought some key abbreviation option command K, and which is putting back to component again from the instance. And you can also from the put it from to yeah, from the instance to option command B, and you can just put it like outside of the component, put back to frames. Because only information is that if you have something in instance, you cannot replace one part to another part, because it's like copy of the parent. Therefore, you need to uncover from the component to frame again. And here you can just change, for example, from a label to another type of control. If you rename only, if you rename the label and not deleting this control, then of course from the component as an instance, you can change it. So therefore, time to time, we use the variables and the Figma. So therefore, if it's, I will put back to component, and if you hold the option in Mac, so then you can use again the instance from the parent, from the component. And in the child, you can say that it's using some specific uh, variable. So in the component, you can see here the apply variable and property, uh, and create new. I can say the default is button, and here it's automatically created the property. And if I am here in instance and select here, so you see this is connected to text. So here is the parent of this control, and in the parent and the text you can just change it. Yeah, and still the same. So style is using from the parent, and you can rename it the variable from for your. And if I just refresh and plug in, the text will be changed, because I used the property. A property was from the default renamed by your value. So this is another options and design system, how you can uh, how you can use the components and instances. And you can use the variables. Variables is automatically visualized in this list in your page, where you can see all collections. Here you can specify some controls, which is type the color. You can create another modes. So, for example, you will have the light and dark mode. So this is like the dynamic variables if you want to have it on the page. If you want to have it some local on the component, so the component you can create more properties according which control you have included inside your control for the power apps. So this is like the great place, and plugin in last versions supports this design system, support mainly the borders, which is stroke in Figma, mainly supports the fill, which is the fill, and supports the texts or the corners. So it depends which control we are currently using. But in every version, we will try to move more and more possibility to create your full design system for every control in Power Apps, which will be easy to and ready for the exporting. So if you just you will design some control, copy to clipboard, paste it here, and you will have like a very faster way how to get particular control instead of the parts of the containers, but just only single control. So this is currently what we are doing for the documentation and for the making the design systems. In future, I can promise that will be more and more. Before I will show you the Cocos, how it works currently, then we have some different social networks for this design system or for this for the Power Apps for Figma. At the beginning, we have official web page where is designkit.cz. In future, will be everything what is currently called Design Kit will be renamed to Power Apps for Figma or Power BI for Figma. So we will use the Power plugins for every plugin in Figma. So then we have also official customer portal where you can report some bugs, improvements, billings, and other questions. So when you scroll down, there is the customer portal. Maybe in future we will replace it because we currently using feature base where is information about upcoming versions, about documentation and change logs, and inside the documentation, which we are updating every week and trying to have more and more information how to in detail use this plugin. So in every part, you can see also described some parts of the plugin what I shared today. And here you can also put some message to us. So therefore, maybe we will replace this customer portal for that one, where people can easily send us a message with requests or some defects or anything what they want to solve or ask in this plugin. You can also see here the change log or some documentation also is here. But when I go back here in the change log, you can subscribe to every change, what we will do. So everything is described here, and you can here to use to subscribe to change log. And when we publish a new version, you will be automatically informed. And last thing, what we are using is Discord, where you can see all information about Power plugins. You can see information about events, courses, some tip tricks, and some bugs, or if you have any ideas, question, you can put it to our Discord channel. So every information you can find on the official website. Where is the link to Discord? Where is the on the top link about the documentation, about the roadmaps, and also you can, if you need any assistance, you can book a session with me. So this is like official documentation and official web pages. So and now also I have created inspiration. So if you want to sorry, wrong link. Uh, if you want to use some extra components, you can go to Power App UI Cooker and Cooker 2. I just go to official link. So here is prepared the canvas components. There are a lot of components. There is manuals how to create these controls, like a multi-level pie chart. There is information what you need in Power Apps, and below you can see how to create this component in Figma. So, and there are a lot of components here. And if I go back, so in part 2, we also created new components. Not too much, but we are trying to improve more and more components every month, where you can see some manuals how you can make it in Power Apps with the detail information in every step. So this was everything related to plugin. If you will have any idea, if you want to have any improvements, what should be included there, so do not hesitate to contact me. But now it's time to show you the future. I have the first version of the new Power Apps for Figma, where you can see much more easiest layout, where you will be possible to create your controls through the AI chat. You can see hide and show the viewer of the YAML. You will be able again copy to clipboard or create it in Figma directly. Settings is a little bit different. Again, the language will be still the same. You will be possible to change the language to your national language. And in help, you can see a little bit different, where no extra properties is not needed, will not be needed. Any information about the prefixes, suffixes, because everything you will do through this AI chat. So here I have already prepared some prompt. So when I just copy paste here, of course everything you can write, but when I just paste it here, so will be automatically generated the YAML code. As you see here, button is named Lukas, which is this here with the white color. The name of the colors you can specify it by your own. In the future will be also possible to use the hexa if it's much more native for you, and everything like the dimension, fonts, positioning, it's everything will be here. So currently, as I said, it's as a demo. So if I just, for example, use, I need a combo box with height 20 and width 300. We need to remember if I have already combo box. Yeah, I have already combo box. So here I see the height is 20, width is 300. And if I use, for example, a different prompt, which is already prepared, so I can see in this one that I want to use font outfit with the font size 25 pixels, should have the white color and slate blue background with 300 width and 500. Uh, and it's automatically, as you see here, generated the font outfit with the height and width and positioning for x and epsilon axis. So, and this is like the real demo for which will replace the old, for me, old-fashioned style, which will coming soon in every company where we will use the AI chat. So therefore, for now, it's important to understand of your prefixes, but still saves you a lot of time to exporting and importing. But in future, you will not need it to remember any prefix because will be automatically generated by AI chat, and I hope so that the voice chatting will be also in the future. That you will just say it to Cocos, and he will just recognize your voice, but of course in English, and will be put as a YAML code here. So this is the future of the creating new designs. So therefore, I mentioned that redesign is really for me in future useless because you have already information how this will look like, and you can just write it here, compose your design, export to Power Apps, and just only attach your background from the Dataverse, SharePoint, or another database, your data to your design screens in Power Apps. So this was about the Cocos. I hope so you liked it, and the future will be really interesting for the every Power Apps developer and designers. So, do we have any questions? Okay, I see no questions.
Oh, my camera. 1 second. Hello. Thank you for your for this workshop. This was really interesting. And I'm yeah. I will see what the future will bring. I see you also plan some other tools for Figma.
Yeah. I plan. As maybe some audience know that I've already started Power BI for Figma, which is currently under the development. You will be able to put some it's called data flows. You will be able to some data flows, Power M query. So therefore, but the Microsoft release that will be everything in YAML. So therefore, I will try to use this YAML code for the reporting in Power BI. But that's not all. We plan more and more uh, uh, plugins for all Power Platform to have everything in one place. And maybe time to time, people are asking me why we should do this in Figma and why we should not do it directly in Power Platform. And I said, okay, but if you want to have beautiful, really beautiful designs and save time with your customer, not to just have meetings and after development spend a lot of hours that customer does not like your style. So therefore, it's much more easy, and you will start to understand the colors, the typography, what is the grade, what it's the pixeling, where should be the grid, how many controls should be next to each other. So therefore, when I started the Power Apps 5 6 years ago, and directly, so in the Power Apps builder, then my designs were very awful. So therefore, when I started to use some design tool for the visualization, then I'm not the UI UX expert, but I've started to use this Figma, and therefore the application started to be much more better. And as I presented today, you can create the design system, so you can use one template for every plugin or for every application, and use it for your customers if you are some company or freelancer.
And how is it like with this the AI? Can I upload I don't know a screenshot and then it's also can get my CI?
I plan a new product which is will be called AI prediction, where will be possible to create from screen to Figma. So it means that for now, every tool like Adobe or Figma or another tools are possible to import from image to particular tool as containers. So therefore, I will try to merge it into Power Apps for Figma and try in the Cocos, try to from the attachment. But this will be a lot of work.
Yeah. For 4 years now, no? You say, yeah, that's really cool. And you have two options, right? You have a free version and a paid version.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the difference between both?
In a free version, you can import the controls. You can play with some styling, which means with the backgrounds and text colors. You can just create in Figma some controls. The editor is available in free. In the pro version, of course, you can use this copy to clipboard, some YAML code, and importing from the snippets. So this
Yeah,
is like mainly for the pro version.
yeah, that's really nice. I think we heard a lot from you, and yeah, you are also really short. Well, really short. You also get an MVP, so congratulations to this.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's still people are, or in the Microsoft world is not usual that we are using some external tool which is paid. So therefore, I know that could be some issue with some people that this is like extra for the Microsoft technologies. But we are trying to save your life and save your time for your employees and make more projects. This is like something what we spend days and nights, many years. So therefore, it's a really great extension, but not everything is for free in this world.
yeah. It makes sense. So it's a lot of hours you have work on the product. So and I think yeah, when I save, it's like the co-pilot discussion. The people say, "Oh, damn, it's so expensive," and then I think, okay, it's I don't know. You save 10 hours a week with Copilot. How bad will you pay your personal that's Copilot is so expensive, right? So that's I think it's yeah, it's what time can I save, and then it's the question for the company or for me personal, will I use it or not? So it's not you must. It's not yeah. Uh, yeah, that's really nice, and I hope we see you soon in the future. And yeah, I say thank you very much for being here and show your tool. And yeah, have a nice evening.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for you and for this use great conference, and thank you, Marcel, that I was able to be here. And yeah, I hope so that people will like it. And if somebody will have any question, then they can contact me on LinkedIn or through the page, and I will try to help.
Yeah, you find a profile on the live stream from Lukas or on the event page m365com.net. And so, yeah, then I say thank you. And then I can say the next stream is 2 p.m. With Bülent Altinsoy, and you learn a lot of stuff about Dataverse. So I hope I see you all soon there. And I say thank you very much for being here, and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Sean, and I train people to become Power Platform Solutions Architects. If you're watching this, you know Power Platform, but be honest. When you're building a solution, are you using the best tools to solve the problem, or just the tools you know? If you love building powerful, scalable solutions that make your company money, let me share why our training is different. We've noticed that the best architects know a series of best practices and they apply them to every project. So we took all these best practices and put them into this course.